It's time for our premiere edition of Catching Up with Cassar. We're going to sit down every week with Jeff and just kind of take a little look back at the week before and then a look ahead to this week's opponent. Since we don't have an opponent to look back on from last week, we'll take a look at preseason training and then look ahead to the Portland Timbers and the opener, we hope, this Saturday. All right. You had the guys for a month. You had them here in Salt Lake City. You had them in Southern California. You had them in Arizona. A little bit different look. You tweaked it. Some key players gone, some new faces in. How did overall did preseason go for you?
I think it went really well. You know, we were doing some things differently than we have in the past. You know, it was great that we had Kyle with us from the beginning of preseason, trying to implement some new ideas. So that was fantastic having him with the group for the whole time. And you know, I think we made good strides in a lot of areas. I wish the preseason was longer. I know I'm saying that, but you know, I think we accomplished a lot of goals. We still have some things that we want to get better at, but we're definitely moving in the right direction.
One of those things you just talked about, the talking point all preseason seems to have been the formation. The formation. I think we've become so accustomed to the diamond here in Salt Lake City because you guys have had so much success with it, moving to a little bit different look, a 4-3-3. You've got the personnel to do it. There's no doubt about that, Jeff. How did the guys take to it, and where do you feel like you are in the development as the opener comes around?
You'd said it right there that we have the personnel to do it, and that's really what the driving force was behind this. Is, you know, it's kind of a little bit of evolution of our roster. You know, where we had a lot of midfielders before, now we're a little bit more top heavy. You know, and I think this formation really plays to the strengths of our team. You know, we're in a good spot. We've had some really good results in preseason so far. We've played some really attractive soccer, attacking soccer, but there are some areas that we need to definitely shore up as we're having Joey going forward. If you're not putting the ball in the net, you could be exposed in some areas, and that happened a couple times in preseason, which is good. It showed us that we're not quite there yet, but we're heading in the right direction.
You're missing the key player, Joao Plata. He's going to be out for a couple of more months for you guys. Who stepped up in the preseason? There's no filling his shoes, but again, you have options. You've got Sabarillo, you've got Jaime, you've got Sandoval, you've got Garcia. So who stepped their game up to maybe fill that void vacated by Plata? That's
another thing about in this formation, that if somebody does go down, we can still keep trying to play the way we want to. You know, in that diamond formation, there's not a lot of Kyle Beckermans, there's not a lot of Javier Morales's, you know, and it's tough to continue to play the way you want to. Joao got injured. You know, Olmes has had a great preseason. All of our forwards have been scoring goals, getting chances. Sebastian Jaimes came back and had a full preseason with us and is looking stronger and looking like he's ready to compete hard in the MLS. And obviously Devin and Sabo have done a great job at the top of that forward formation, scoring goals, which is great. But also the players like Sebastian Saucedo, Jordan Allen in those positions. It allows a young player to step in and not be, you know, have to be the focal point, but more of a part of the puzzle. And those guys have done extremely well. We've also played Jordan Allen at right back, and he's done extremely well there. So they're all doing a great job. I mean, they have all been parts of our goals, parts of our attack. And I think they're starting to grasp what we want to do defensively as well.
You're having to plug in two new faces, well, kind of two new faces in the back. DeMar Phillips is here now. He'll play out wide for you, and then a familiar face to RSL fans in Jameson Olave. How's your back line look through preseason, and how confident do you feel going forward with Schuler, Beltran, Olave, and perhaps Phillips?
They've been fantastic. You know, when you think of all those guys, you think of strong, athletic, fast, all good on the ball. We can still play the way we want to, possession-wise. But you know, DeMar can get forward. Abdullah can get forward. Tony Beltran can get forward. Jordan Allen can get forward. Boyd can get forward. These are guys that are extremely athletic, great engines. They just don't stop running. And then, you know, obviously with Olave, his presence and speed and strength has really been nice to have back there. You know, Schuler's had a great preseason. Elias Vasquez has came in and adjusted to the MLS relatively pretty quickly, you know, and done a really good job. And Aaron Mons had a very solid preseason, and then you add Fanuel Cavita, you add Justin Glad, and we have some really nice pieces.
All right, real quick as we wrap it up here, catching up with Jeff Cassar for the first time this year. Portland in the opener, we hope on Saturday against the Timbers. What are you expecting from Caleb Porter's team and a Western Conference rivalry that you guys have had the better of over the last few years?
Yeah, you know, they've played a similar system for since Caleb's taken over, 4-2-3-1. If they want to change it, that's fine. We know what they have. You know, the new player Espria adds a little bit of a wrinkle, but we know what Nagyby, Fernandez, Wallace, and Adi can do. And then Mr. Borchers is in the back line and adds a stability and a presence to them. So they're a good team, really solid, well-coached team. There are some areas that we feel we can get at them, but there are areas that we got to be extremely mindful of because they have some very dangerous players.
Well, I hope to see you Saturday night in Rip City, and we hope we kick this thing off Saturday night. We'll talk to you next week.
Sounds good, brother. Thanks.